Over the course of making the video all about Psygnosis, I played some awesome games, perhaps more awesome games than I have ever played for any other big company overview video. And so I thought, seeing as it's bank holiday weekend and I'm generally not going to be doing a lot, in order to tide everybody over during the course of this time, I thought I'd make a little top 10, just a little one. How does that sound? Good? Okay, let's do it then. First off, we'll go through some honourable mentions. Now the first shocker, Shadow of the Beast did not make the top 10. Despite being so influential on me, despite all those graphics, yeah, I can't hide from how annoying the game is to actually play both then and now. And there were just so many better games that I played. Agony also misses out. I love the presentation and so on, but it's so flawed as a shooter, the game's just criminally easy. Other than that, Sparrow fought for Second Samurai and Walker. Both great games, but they missed out by a fraction. Pushed out by other titles, perhaps just lacking that little something to make me really love them. Blood Money is brilliant, but came too early and was superseded by later Psygnosis games. Hired Guns is surely brilliant, but way too big for me to make a fair judgment call on. And lastly, Benefactor just missed out, hitting the number 11 spot. It's an amazing game and one you should definitely play, but in the end the number 10 had to be a more familiar face, one that I was happy to see had stayed gloriously pretty. And so, without any further ado, in 10. It won't shock you to learn that I first played this on the Mega Drive, when it was called Galahad. I played it for ages then and I loved it, but hadn't actually revisited it until now for fear that it wouldn't have held up. I needn't have worried. Leander, shown here in Amiga form, is still a romp. I love the music, I love the way it plays, and I especially love the graphics. Either way, on the Amiga or the Mega Drive, it's a superb game. In 9. It's ridiculously fast platforming, a game that's basically designed for me to enjoy it. Kooky and fun. You might say that there aren't all that many ideas in it, but what's there just doesn't get old, especially when you're playing it with a friend. I always knew that DMA's games were going to stand out in the video, but the games of Bizarre Creations, well, they were just a joy every time. In 8. An old classic, of course. I loved this game on the PS1 years ago, and I'm happy that it's held up so well. Again, it's just simple. You have a purposefully narrow track, a whole load of cars, and you smash the hell out of everything. It's like Dodgems. That's all you really need to say. Just pure grain fun and hilarity. You can't knock it. In 7. The original didn't make it, but Beast 3 does, of course. Why Beast 3 over the original? It looks almost as good and is so much more fun to play. It's still such an underrated game, one of the best platformers on the Amiga. Even if it's basically in no way a Beast game aside from the name, it's a doozy. A game where Reflections absolutely proved that they could do good gameplay too. In 6. One of the Colony Wars games just had to be on here, and in the end I've plumped for the sequel. They're both great, but so similar that it would be silly to have both. Vengeance takes it for me thanks to slightly nicer graphics and slightly more accommodation to people like me who stink at space shooters, what with the crosshair for leading enemies and so forth. A very likeable game and proof that the PS1 could do a space epic just fine. In 5. I love Lemmings too. So much so I'm almost surprised by myself that it's only at number 5, but then there would end up being plenty of surprises over the course of making the video. It's much like the original, only with a whole lot of add-ons, all the different themed worlds, so many new skills. You'd worry that it could cheapen the game, but it doesn't. Tribes is absolute quality no matter what. A great little sequel. In 4. One of the best things about the whole video, the realisation that F197 hadn't just held up, but that it was still one of the best driving games ever made and could hang with most anything else out there. Brilliant graphics for the PS1 is one thing, but it's the feel, how well the cars handle, how much you need to concentrate and learn. Murray frickin' Walker. This just takes you back to glory days in a way that very few old sports games can. It's amazing. And it's not even Bizarre Creations' top moment. Question 3. Was this game the surprise of the list? I expected the Killing Game show to have not held up at all. I didn't even remember enjoying it much at any point. But in making this video, this game just clicked. It's one of the most intense, fast-paced, fist-clenching platformers ever made. If you released the game right now, it would not feel out of place at all in terms of gameplay. In short, if anyone ever says to you that all European-made early 90s platformers were shite, show them this. In 2. No, this was the surprise of the list. I wasn't even going to cover Bill's Tomato game. My eyes glazed over it, not something I was familiar with at all. In the end, I thought I should give it a look, and I am so glad I did. I ended up finding one of the best puzzle games ever, a stunning Rube Goldberg-esque beauty, a sort of puzzle game that I love dearly, and that this game does so well. Nearly all the games on this top 10 are published too, so it's nice to have a game this high that Psygnosis actually developed. Play this game now. And Kim's special prize! But in a top 10 full of surprises, there's no surprise at the top. Sort of. You see, I always thought I preferred Lemmings 2 to the original. I think I even wrote that in the script. But spending some proper time with the original game for the video, it's perfect. It really is. There's a reason it sold every one of those 15 million copies. For all the sequel's additions and funny new skills, none of that makes the game any better. In the end, this is all it needs. And you know what? I even found myself getting a bit more competent at the game this time. And so Psygnosis' best-selling game, most famous game and so forth, takes the #1 spot. And regardless of that, just as a game, it absolutely deserves it. Well, there you are folks, my personal top 10 favourite games by Psygnosis that I played over the course of making the big ol' Psygnosis video. Thank you all so much for the love on that video. It's got like 16,000 odd views in a week, which is amazing, and probably the biggest video that we've had on the channel since Ocean. And very, very soon, as long as you keep hammering those like buttons and subscribe buttons, we'll soon be at 20,000, which is going to be pretty damn amazing. So keep on keeping on, and I shall see you next week for some football fun and frolics. So until then, wherever you are, whoever you be, have a good one, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.